Scott Seamer with a few rides today in Melbourne. He's ridden a double already earlier on for the Lee Friedman camp, and he's riding Ecstasy in the Norman Robinson. Favourite Grey Song just ahead of Amalfi, Keys, Menang and Courvoisier. Brent Stanley is my guest in the studio. 5 years. The favourite Amalfi ahead of Grey Song and Keys at Caulfield. Now Eagle Farm race 4. The Love Me Merman Lane 740, Pokey Hill 610, 890 Royal Messine, 830 Avoir L. Over to Scenic Review 34 and Ashind at 30. Ladies and gentlemen, would you stand by please for the replay of the Norman Robinson Stakes from Caulfield.
Now, and Silver Baron missed the start by about a length or so, and Keys was first to bounce out with Tully's Eel ridden for pace on the inside. National Chase got away well and settled in third from Courvoisier, and there's the well-tried Amalfi driving forward in the blue colours on the outside. As they settle into stride, Grey Song is back second last, and with 1,500 to go, it's Tully's Eel in front. He led by about a length and a half. Keys is second, National Chase is third, and Amalfi's got into a good place on the outside. 2 lengths Courvoisier fifth on the outside of Zarek, and then a length away to Ecstasy, being trailed by Silver Baron, Grey Song the rail, and then Menang, who's next to last, and Foxborough's last of all. Climbing the rise at the back of the track now, a little over 1,200 before them, and the leader is Tully's Eel. He lengthened the break to about 3 lengths, Keys. Amalfi with a good trail in third place on the outside, 2.5 lengths to National Chase, followed by Courvoisier. Zarek is a length away on the inside, and they're followed by Ecstasy. In between horses is Grey Song, another length Menang, who's well back in the field in company there with Silver Baron. Grey Song is second last by the 1,000-metre mark, and Foxborough up the side. Tully's Eel by a length and a quarter. Amalfi second. Keys is third. Ecstasy is fourth on the outside. National Chase in the orange colours down on the inside rail. It's being followed a length and a half away by Courvoisier, and then Grey Song sneaking through along the inside of horses, trailed by Zarek and Silver Baron with Foxborough at the tail. They're coming up the side now, 600 to go, and the leader Tully's Eel by a length. Amalfi, Keys the inside, National Chase. They're followed by Ecstasy and Menang making ground. Grey Song through on the inside from Courvoisier. Zarek dropping out of it on the inside from Foxborough. Silver Baron dropped out last around the turn, and Amalfi puts the test to Tully's Eel and hit the lead at the top of the straight. Keys is running on fairly behind them, and then came Grey Song, followed by Ecstasy, and Amalfi's hit the front at 200 to go. It's Amalfi drawing about a length in front of Tully's Eel, and then Keys and Grey Song, but Amalfi's racing away from them. Grey Song making significant ground the outside, but Amalfi given a soft run on the line. Amalfi beat the fast finishing Grey Song. Third placing going to Tully's Eel, who held on well from Menang, and then Zarek and National Chase in company with Keys. She was trailed further back by Ecstasy, and then came Silver Baron. Next to last Courvoisier, and back last to finish in the race is Foxborough.
Well, many people wondered why that colt wasn't in the Caulfield Guineas last Saturday. Now you know why. Peter Moody wanted to duck the superstars, felt that he was better suited by the 2,000 metres. A beautiful bit of placement by trainer Peter Moody with happy results. Amalfi 430 and 170, Grey Song 180, Tully's Eel 560, Quinella 1120, Trifecta 474. And that's the way they finished in the Norman Robinson Stakes. Here's Larry in Brisbane, where standing by, bright and bushy-tailed after an early night, is Ian Craig.
Hello, John. How art thou? Yeah, we had a great night to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Sky Channel at the studios at the Forest, and it really was a great night and wonderful to catch up with so many great people. And here we are at Royal Randwick, and looking over at the starting point at the 1,300 metres for race 4. And the best back runner is number 1, Acapulco Storm. On Tab Limited is gradually coming down, 420 and 180, but still much better on the tote than it is on the track. No sign of a move up as yet. Previous race, and the judge couldn't split. Numbers 2 and 4, Strabane and Pastime. Strabane, Darryl McClellan. Pastime, Grant Buckley, Dead Heating. A length and a quarter ahead of number 10, Ombani. The second of the day went to number 7, Victory Vane, and 4, Lodgent won the first. So we haven't got a favourite home as yet. Pastime was near enough to second pick in Dead Heating in the third race. Now, what's going on over here at the 1,300 metres? Now the action is warming up as Avoir L comes forward with Bon Bird. The favourite Acapulco Storm raced at Rose Hill last Saturday afternoon behind Come Here. Might find this a little bit easier, despite the claim for Robbie Brewer. Still goes up a little in weights, but comes down in class. Now, coming along now is Pokey Hill. Riderless is the favourite Acapulco Storm. Acapulco Storm's rider, orange jackets with a white star, white striped sleeves, and a striped, or actually a white cap. Sermon Lane comes up, so we've got 4 to move in. Scenic Review, along with Runs on Dreams, Ash Sind and Shalal. Journey is 1,300 metres on the inside track. Course proper's coming along in Great Neck. Only a section from the 1,000 to the 1,200 to be grassed. Now, Runs on Dreams, Scenic Review are the 2 to move up. Runs on Dreams enters the stalls now. Best backed is number 1, has firmed right up on the totes. Acapulco Storm into 370. Following what has been going on in the ring, Scenic Review is set. And we're ready for action. Race 4, 1,300 metres. I'll soon be away. No, there's the favourite getting very, very fidgety. Acapulco Storm are all ready to hop, and up she went. And out the back goes Robbie Brewer. The starter's left the stand and is coming around to have a look and see what is happening with the favourite. Talking about favourites, the equal favourite in the previous race, Sundial. Stewards reported that he was just crowded a little after they got into stride, and he thought about bucking. He didn't buck, Kim Kelly told me, but he just got crowded up a little bit and decided that he was going to drop back. Obviously, he might be a wee bit field shy. Stephen Jones, the trainer, told stewards that the horse is a natural speedster, but he always takes a little bit of time to really hit his stride. So that was the steward's report after a little crowding took place. He thought about bucking. He got back to last, and that was it. There was never a chance thereafter. Over 870. Now, news here. The favourite is out at 221 on Vet's advice. Thank you. So there we have a sensation. Acapulco Storm, the favourite out. Number 1, 221 Eastern Standard Time on Vet's advice. They're ready to go now. The favourite out, Acapulco Storm, and they're off and running. And one of the best to break the line was Royal Machine, commencing pretty well. Scenic Review and Avoir El. Runs on Dreams is wider out, followed by Shalal, and a gap of 3/4 of a length to Pokey Hill. Followed closely by Bonbird and Ash Sind, and 2 lengths to Sermon Lane, and the favourite, a late scratching Acapulco Storm, working their way to the side of the track. And the leader now was Scenic Review, about 3/4 of a length over Runs on Dreams. A couple away third is Shalal, being ridden close to the speed today. Royal Machine is on its inside, and 2 lengths to Pokey Hill. Avoir El is over on the rails from Ash Sind and Bonbird and Absolute Sermon Lane. This is the order along to the 600 marker, and Scenic Review going along at quite a good tempo. About 3/4 Runs on Dreams, 2 Shalal, a length and a half further back is Royal Machine from Pokey Hill and Ash Sind, and then Avoir El losing ground. Bonbird and Sermon Lane are the joint tail enders, homeward bound now. Scenic Review joined in front by Runs on Dreams, a couple Shalal, who's shifting towards the centre of the track, and then Pokey Hill and Sermon Lane on the extreme outside. Runs on Dreams takes the lead. On the outside, Sermon Lane is putting in long strides. Then Scenic Review and Royal Machine, but Sermon Lane out on the extreme. We're now getting a little closer to the middle of the inside grass, but is racing away, and Sermon Lane trotted it in. Runs on Dreams is second, Photo third, Bonbird and Royal Machine, nothing in it, followed by Scenic Review. Then came Avoir El, Ash Sind, Pokey Hill, Shalal knocked up, and the late scratching at 221, the hot pot Acapulco Storm.
Well, Digger McClellan had win on a rocking horse at the moment after his treble last Saturday at Rose Hill. Another one here on Sermon Lane, and he rode one of the dead heaters earlier on. 6:30 and 190, number 5, charged home to win. Runs on Dreams, $2, and a Photo for third, 5-2 Photo. Now, Victoria 6 minutes off. Slavonic 870, Tempest Morn 450, Citrus Prince 790, Tiger's Eye 960, and Lolita Star at 460. Over 2, nothing under double figures there. Adolescence and Burley are both at 14, Indian Ridge at $13. And on page 3, we shall find Merlin's Law $12, Manzeal 57, about 5 minutes to the Kunji. Helter Skelter. Now here's the market on the race, and it's Breezer 380, Pirouettes at 660, Cryptique at $4, More Than a Woman 660, Corner Soft 360, and Miss Helter Skelter 11. A field of only 6, and yet there's 62,000 there in the pool. Eagle Farm update on the Nudgee College Cup. It's Nudgee Old Boys race day today at Eagle Farm. All of the former Nudgee students are out in force. Count Scenario $6, Dash of Bay $5.60, Almighty Alliance $9.80, Brast at $7.70, Master Raider $30, Deer Hill at $3, 36 Nazaro, 18 for Party King. Over the page to Acorn Icon 30, 85 Sealand, and $8.60 for Sure Sign. Well, Brent, you won the Caulfield Cup, as we all know, in 1996. You've ridden at Caulfield many, many times. Is there any trick to riding Caulfield?
Not really. You just got to judge probably the top turn, about 1,100 metre mark. It's a quick little dog leg, and it just goes downhill a little bit, and forces to get unbalanced there. By the time you get to the half mile, they seem to roll along down the hill coming to the turn, so you got to keep them pretty much balanced, or you're off the bit too far out. It's about the only trick, but it's pretty good circumference course, and everything usually gets their chance when it's racing true.
Did you have a favourite track in Melbourne? Most jockeys seem to love riding at Flemington.
Yeah, Flemington's a great track. It's just it's brilliant to be able to ride Flemington, because the same thing, every horse gets their own chance. By the time you straighten up, you can come out and you're in a straight line. You can be as wide as you want because you're still going straight, and you've got plenty of time down the running. But my favourite track was definitely Moonee Valley.
Right. Okay, here we go. The Kunji Handicap. We've re-cued the tape, and here's the replay.
They're away now, and Slavonic jumped well on the inside, so did Tempest Morn. Viva La Vie got away fast, and Manziel's on the improve early out wider. Followed by Citrus Prince, Desktop Lover, Lolita Star, Adolescence, and then came Merlin's Law. Well back is Big Hustler, caught very wide, and so is Tiger's Eye, about 5 or 6 wide. And Burley Indian Ridge are at the tail of the field, 1,500 to go, and Manziel had crossed them and led. Manziel by 2 lengths, Slavonic second, Tiger's Eye moving up into third. Closely followed by Viva La Vie, fourth, Tempest Mourners fifth on the rail, followed by Adolescence, and then Big Hustler travelling 3 or 4 wide up the rise at the back of the course. A length and a half further back is Citrus Prince, who's also deep. Lolita Star in the centre, and over on the inside, Desktop Lover. Trailed by Indian Ridge, travelling wide also, and at the tail of the field, Merlin's Law on the inside, and Burley. About 1,100 to go now, and it's Manziel, the leader, out by a length and a half. Tiger's Eye second. In third placing, just behind them, is Viva La Vie. Big Hustler the outside, nearly a length. Slavonic a length. Tempest Morn sixth the inside from Indian Ridge, having no luck. Then came Adolescence, trailed then further back by Desktop Lover, Citrus Prince, Lolita Star back to third last now from Burley and Merlin's Law. Manziel led coming up the side at the 800 metres. He's narrowly in front of Tiger's Eye and Big Hustler. Viva La Vie right behind them over on the inside in fourth, and then Slavonic and Indian Ridge, a length and a half to Tempest Morn. Desktop Lover on the inside of her, followed by Adolescence as they went by the 600. Citrus Princess next, and then Lolita Star. Burley next to last, and Merlin's Law as they cornered, where Tiger's Eye strode to the lead. Slavonic's after it, Manziel under pressure. Then Viva La Vie, Tempest Morn and Indian Ridge out wider as they cornered. Trailed by Desktop Lover, making ground on the inside. Tiger's Eye tackled by Slavonic, Indian Ridge. Citrus Princess coming deeper, and then Viva La Vie, Tempest Morn and Lolita Star. They're across the track inside the 200 metres, where Citrus Prince wide out on the course, and Indian Ridge hit the lead. Tempest Morn is coming through on the inside of them. It's Citrus Prince and Indian Ridge. Citrus Prince on the outside. He's going well. Citrus Prince and Nick Indian Ridge. 2 lengths away third, Tempest Morn, grabbing it just in advance of Viva La Vie, and Burley, who made ground from last, and then Lolita Star, Merlin's Law, Desktop Lover, Tiger's Eye trailed in then by Adolescence. A long break then to Slavonic, Manziel knocking up, and Big Hustler last of all.
Well, Stephen Arnold, who won the Group 1,000 guineas on a Magical Miss on Wednesday, has just won himself the Group 3 Kunji Handicap on the Cliffy Brown-trained Citrus Prince. To Eagle Farm and Larry Olsen. Our time, let's go to Ian Craig at Royal Randwick.
Thanks, John. And this is the 5th of the day. Breezer, the favourite, number 1, 250 and 160. Clear favourite ahead of number 3 at 460 Cryptique, and 550 for number 5. Corners Off, interesting runner, a newcomer by Octagonal. Well, can she break through today? Breezer, 10 starts, 3 seconds, 5 thirds. More Than a Woman comes in now. Previous race going to Sermon Lane. Now, Breezer, Miss Helter Skelter, the two out. And here's the favourite. Breezer, the favourite, coming in now. 250 and 160. 470, 180, number 3, Cryptique. And number 5 at 560 and 270. Nice type of filly, Corners Off. And they're all there now. 1400 the journey of race number 5. They're off this time, and again a very even dispatch, and Corners Off was away quickly. So too was the favourite Breezer, and little Luke Price obviously instructed to go to the lead on the favourite, and he obliges. And by the 1200 it's Breezer, nearly 2 lengths Miss Helter Skelter, Pirouette's third, followed by Cryptique. A length and a half further back is More Than a Woman, and close up on the inside Corners Off. Breezer a clear-cut leader as they work around the first corner, a length and a half to 2 lengths Miss Helter Skelter. Third posse is occupied by Pirouette's, and running fourth Cryptique, 2 lengths to Corners Off and 3/4 to More Than a Woman on the outside. Coming along the side of the track now, and they're going towards the 700 marker, and Breezer left alone in front, a length and 3/4 Miss Helter Skelter, 1 to Pirouette's and 3/4 the outside Cryptique, 2.5 to Corners Off, and a half on her outside is More Than a Woman. Still no variation onto the corner, and Breezer, the short price favourite, at 240 and 140 on Tab Limited, set sail for the judge, a length and a half on Miss Helter Skelter. The fences, Pirouette's, Cryptique is joining in at a couple of lengths More Than a Woman. Forget Corners Off. Breezer is being taken on quickly by Cryptique. Well, Breezer grabbed and headed by Cryptique, and then Miss Helter Skelter, Pirouette's, and More Than a Woman. It's Cryptique the leader, about 100 to go. More Than a Woman is closing in quickly. Cryptique is walking. More Than a Woman picks it up, and More Than a Woman has arrived in time to beat Cryptique, and then Miss Helter Skelter followed on the outside Pirouette's. Breezer, will she ever win? And last to complete the course, Corners Off. More Than a Woman. Again down the centre of the track. Darryl McClellan, the jockey of the day. Dead heated on Strabane with Pastime. Booted Sermon Lane home from the tail of the field. And here on More Than a Woman has come down the outskirts, and the Puissance filly has been much too good. John Hawkes for Mr. K.S. Lee by Puissance from Pearly Shells. Beautifully bred filly. Darryl McClellan. And 1:23.02 was the time there. So we stand by for the full numbers to come up, and here they read 4, 3 and 6. More Than a Woman first, Darryl McClellan at 670 and 340. Number 3, Cryptique, Len Beasley second, has paid 190, and there was no third for 6, Miss Helter Skelter. Breezer, well, I think we've got to give her the flick pass until she wins the race, because she is costing punters an absolute fortune. Very consistent up until today, but 3 seconds, 5 thirds, and still a maiden. Anyway, a half a length the winning margin, a length and a half second and third, 1:23.02, 37.90 sectional, 4, 3, 6 and 2. The runner-up by Spectrum, trained by Guy Walter, Len Beasley, and the third, number 6, and that's Miss Helter Skelter's by Brocco, trained by Ron Quinton, James Ennis. Fourth to number 2, Pirouette's, and here are the totes. Number 4, $6.70 and 340. Number 3, 190. No third for number 6. The first 4, 4362, 425.20. The Quinella, $13 neat. Exacta, $33.40. And the Trifecta, $149.60. Can't get in a favourite home here today. And race 6, Velsantis, is going to come up pretty short. And studios will let you know what price Velsantis and others will be very shortly.
Well, Digger McClellan is on one of those amazing rolls that jockeys experience from time to time. He rode 3 winners at Rosehill Gardens last Saturday, and he's ridden 2.5 so far at Royal Randwick. He scored on More Than a Woman, Sermon Lane, and he dead heated in race 3 today on Strabane with Pastime. Digger McClellan coming back on More Than a Woman. Now, Victoria Park, race 5.
It's advising 4, 11 and 12 all undergoing the vet's eye.
Set up the replay of the Mercedes-Benz Sprint from Caulfield.
Continuum away well on the inside, and Tilt the Scales missed it by about a length or so. Out very fast as Matter of Honour. Continuum driving up to join it, and Arrogance is going to settle right on the pace as well. Wendigo 2 lengths away in 4th place, and then Crystal Finale followed by Pittance on the outside. Getting through along the inside, then Tilt the Scales, and they were followed well back by Point Danger, and then Padstow. Niavnik, one of the tail enders, in fact, is last back there in company with Eminent Chevelle. Up to the turn, and Matter of Honour led by 2 lengths Arrogance. On the inside, third Continuum, 2 lengths away, then Wendigo, Crystal Finale. Padstow the rail from Tilt the Scales, Pittance, well back still Niavnik as they cornered, followed by Point Danger into the straight, and it's Matter of Honour from Arrogance. Wendigo coming down the outside, and then Continuum, Padstow, Crystal Finale with a run. Matter of Honour at the 200 is being tackled by Wendigo and Arrogance in the centre. Down the outside, then Crystal Finale. It's Matter of Honour from Wendigo, Crystal Finale and Point Danger. Matter of Honour, Wendigo. Wendigo's grabbed the lead. Wendigo for Nashra has won the money from either Crystal Finale or Point Danger. Matter of Honour close up, ran a cheeky one. Niavnik coming through along the inside was never a chance, and they were followed then by Eminent Chevelle, Arrogance and Continuum. Tilt the Scales, who didn't begin well. Pittance is well back in the field, and Padstow's run last.
4, 14 and 9 were the placings on the Mercedes-Benz. Wendigo 430 and 170, Crystal Finale 260 and Point Danger 270, 1660 Quinella 171.20 the trifecta, and Nashrawilla wins himself a good quality race on Caulfield Cup Day, the Mercedes-Benz. Eagle Farm race at Caulfield Racecourse, where Chief Stipendiary Steward Mr Des Gleeson is giving these Caulfield Cup jockeys a talking to.
That if you're going to shift in at any stage in the race or outwards, particularly in the run down the straight the first time when you're jockeying for positions, you must be 2 lengths clear. And if in the run home your mount is going to shift ground and hamper another runner, you must stop riding immediately and make a genuine effort to straighten, even if it affects your mount's chance. Because you can rest assured, if any rider in the Caulfield Cup causes interference through carelessness, the stewards will show no mercy. We will impose suspensions far in excess of our normal penalty, and we'll also consider issuing fines up to the $75,000 against riders that cause interference through carelessness. I'd also like to point out that there is a $60,000 subsidy paid down to 10th placing. So ensure that you do ride your mounts out to the end of the race to give the connections every opportunity of earning that money. And I'd also remind you that the rules provide that riders and the connections of horses placed down to 11th position do have the opportunity of lodging an objection if they think their chances in the race have been affected by another horse's movements during the running of the race.
Des Gleeson live from the steward's room at Caulfield, and that's become quite a common procedure now before these major races. I'm quite sure, Joe McKinnon, that Wayne would have been on the receiving end of pep talks of that nature.
Welcome back to Randwick. This is the feature race of the afternoon coming up, the City Tattersalls Club Cup over 2,400 metres. It's of list
31.30. Velsantis looks very well. It's the best I've seen him look this campaign. Anyway, 2.20 now and 1.30. The only other horses under doubles on Tab Limited are One Danyon at $4.170 and Two the Man, $9 and $2.30. Previous one by number 4, More Than a Woman. Other winners today have been Sermon Lane, a dead heat in the sprint, Strabane and Pastime, the second of Victory Vane, and Lodgent took the firsts. Now, it looks as though we're just about right over here at the 2,400 metres. We are. And they're off now on the City Tats Club Cup, and one of the best out was Feed the Meter. Simmering Simon jumped nicely, and the same for Better Still. Touch of Sun is travelling fourth, followed by Gillespie, Velsantis, and then comes Tabaran over on the rails, Danyon, then the Man, Asselin, followed by Philidor, and Henderson Bay is last. Feed the Meter, the leader from Better Still. Speed is reasonably good. Out of the straight by the 2,000, Feed the Meter about a half length on Better Still. Simmering Simon, a horse off the fence, 30s outside. inside and obliged to race wide Touch of Sun. Daniel going up on the inside, and then the favourite Velsantas. A length further back the Man. Parked on the inside of Tabaran. 2 lengths Gillespie around Asylum. Next to last is Philidor, and 6 lengths to Henderson Bay as they work along the side of the track and go up towards the 1600. And the leader clear cut now is Better Still. Better Still opens up a couple of lengths. Second is Feed the Meter. Third Touch of Sun and a couple of lengths to Daniel. Parked on the inside of Simmering Simon. 2 lengths away next is the Man. It's racing on the inside of Velsantas, and then Tabaran, followed by Asylum and Gillespie. Philidor is second last, and Henderson Bay is a conspicuous tail ender in the City Tats Club Cup, and down at the halfway at the 1200 marker. And Better Still, a stablemate of the favourite Velsantas, is making play, and Better Still out nearly 4 lengths on Feed the Meter. 2.5 lengths further away in the race is Touch of Sun, followed by Daniel on its inside, and then Simmering Simon, the Man Velsantas. 2 lengths to Tabaran. Then comes on the inside Asylum. A good margin away. Next is Philidor as they work down the side of the track. Gillespie is second last, and Henderson Bay is a minute from this leader, Better Still. They work their way along the side. They've got 650 left to go, and Better Still, a roughie, is giving supporters a huge sight. It must be about 7 feet the metre, Daniel. Now Velsantas' rider, Lenny Beasley, is deciding it's time to go after the roughie and stablemate. And as they turn the corner, it's Better Still. 6 lengths Velsantas. Third is Daniel, then Feed the Meter, the Man, Asylum and Philidor. Entering the home straight and down to the 250. Better Still. He's 4 Velsantas. Daniel followed by Philidor from a mile back. Better Still is getting a little weary. He still holds a lead of 3. Velsantas can't make up the ground. On the outside, Philidor and Asylum. Philidor and Asylum claim Better Still, and on the outside, Philidor looks to have wanted a nostril to Asylum. Better Still weakened to third. Then the Man Daniel, followed on the outside by Gillespie. Further back in the field, Tabaran. Velsantas, well, he seemingly didn't run the 2400 from Henderson Bay. And the last 3, Feed the Meter, Simmering Simon and Touch of Sun. Head bombing finish. Philidor looks as though it's just got up here from my angle. Let's have a look at this shot here. It looks like Philidor on the outside. When I put my binoculars, yeah, it looks like Philidor's got there. Philidor, where are we here? Number 7, Philidor, Paul Falvey, showing at $16. And there's the number. Number 7 is the winner. Number 7 is first, and that is Philidor, ridden by Paul Falvey for Bart Cummings. $16 and $3.60. Number 12, Asylum, ridden by Mitch Newman, second, $5.60. And number 6, Better Still, didn't it give back as a sight? And it's paid $5. Quinella, 216.80, exacta 335.30. The trifecta, 6,446.40. I don't think Velsantas ran the 2,400 metres right out this afternoon. He looked to have his chance. Sure, he had to take off and go after the tearaway stablemate, but he was found wanting at the 250. And Philidor, who was heavily backed for a race at Rose Hill the other day, was a late scratching, trialled in between races at Warwick Farm during the week. Bart's stepped him out today in the City Tats Club Cup, and he's got there by a head.
Yes, Mark Newnham almost got away with it on that TV, winning a pretty good race for Cummings at Rose Hill one day on a horse called Ray Lopez, one of those suburban cup races. Well, here they are in the birdcage. Brent for the Caulfield Cup.